You know, when JF gave me a phone call this morning to do a video review, I got excited, you know? I put my Pumas on, got ready to go, ready to drive. And this is what he brings me. The Ford Transit Connect. It doesn't even look fast. I mean, it's Ferrari red, but
okay.
Really?
You need to stop complaining. This is one of the most important vehicles of the year.
But I drive CL Mercedes, I drive SLs, I drive six-figure Mercedes Benzes.
Doesn't matter. This thing is king. How much, you gotta think of it like this. How much money can you transport in the back of an SL, or in the trunk? That small little trunk.
About $1 million.
That thing can rob Fort Knox.
Welcome to FLDetours.
You may think I'm crazy when I say this is one of the most important vehicles of 2010, but hear me out. If you've been to Las Vegas in the past 6-7 months, you may notice that a lot of the taxis, a majority of the taxis rather, have been replaced by Transit Connects. Why? Well, because they're easy to get into, they provide proper space for passengers, and you know what, they're cheap and they're reliable. You know, this car has been around since 2002 in Europe. Ford gets it. They want to bring the European cars to the US. Obviously, the economy isn't doing as well as it used to, but this car actually fits a niche unlike any other. There's many more small businesses out there with a lot more demand, and as business commercial vehicles, it's much cheaper and more effective to buy this than an SUV that doesn't have as much room.
It's kind of like men, kind of, you know, discovering fire for the first time. I've never driven a van before. What do I know about vans? What the hell's wrong with JF?
Now, the Transit Connect, by definition, is a commercial vehicle, but you may not think so when you're actually in the car or around it. It is not that much bigger than many of the SUVs on the road today. But in fact, it has a lot more room and is actually much more useful than many of the SUVs on the road today. Yes, it can't go over mountains and it isn't that great in the snow, but in fact, it feels pretty good around the city. Being that it is on a truck chassis, it is stiff, but it is comfortable. It doesn't break your back when you're going over potholes. This actually makes you feel good driving it, and being that most of the time this car will spend is in cities, it actually is very useful and very comforting.
You know, perhaps it's the Rosa Corsa paint job, but I'm actually somewhat happy driving this, you know? It's like, hey Bob, how's the wife and kids? I'm good.
Bigger isn't necessarily better, especially in this economy with small businesses struggling. They want something cheap, they want something that is easy and they don't have to worry about. There's a reason Ford sold well over 500,000 of these since 2002 in Europe. It brings me pride to think that an American car company finally realizes what we need for the American environment. As a film crew, we go out and we shoot cars every week. The problem though is that when we have an exotic or a sports car, it requires 2 or 3 other cars just to get the gear to wherever we're gonna go shoot. This, on the other hand, we just need this. It works perfect for us as a film crew. And the best part about it, though it's small, when you think of this as a taxi, you know, there are no doors to open up and hit other cars. Get in. It's easy.
Oh yeah, there we go. A little bit of pickup, but I don't know. If I had 500 pounds of stuff in the back, would it really do the trick?
Now, as an automotive journalist, I have driven a lot of sports cars through Manhattan, and in all honesty, no one really cares. This though, while driving through the florist or fashion district, the workmen stared. You know, they stared because this thing looks good and actually would probably be a lot easier for them in their daily jobs, which is what this thing is built for.
Oh yeah, look at the handbrake placement. This is perfect for doing some, you know, e-brake turns and stuff like that, right? No? Yeah? Let's do it.
Ford finally brought over a European product to the US. If they did that for this, a van, a commercial vehicle, well, what else are they going to do for us? There are quite a few products from Ford that are only available in Europe that aren't sold here, that I hope this sets the trend for future European products to come here. Focus RS, Mondeo, yes please.
Now, one of the main points that JF mentioned was that this car has a lot of room, and being nearly 7 feet tall, that's not quite the case. Most workers and big, you know, type of guys are the ones that are really driving these things, and it's gonna be a little bit cramped for them. But hey, we can fit some girls in the back there, and I'm sure we could fit some if we tied them down and chopped them up in little pieces. I mean, I'm not a serial killer or anything, but hey, it's just a thought.
So if you're a small business owner, you want to be connected with your office. Now, you wouldn't think that the Ford Transit Connect actually has technology for that, but it does. This is the Ford Works solution. It's kind of like you know, any other GPS system in there, but it actually comes with a keyboard, and it has Internet Explorer, word processing, spreadsheets, presentations, PDF viewers, mail. You can do anything from inside the car with this keyboard. Hell, if I want to go and let's write an FLD script, opening it up, there we go. Come on, a little slow, but it's good. Here, ready? Oh, skip sections. Insiders say, no word on price. Rumors have it. Sources,